When getting acquainted with any new technology, it's customary to create a Hello World application. We'll be using Treehouse's online coding environment, Workspaces. You'll be able to write your Node.js applications and run them in Workspaces. No need to set up your machine for development. Let's click the Launch Workspace button along with this video and jump right in.
So this is what your workspace should look like. We've got the console down here at the bottom, and we've got the area where we'll be doing the text editing up here. Now, the reason we've got a console is because Node is a console application. So to make sure that you've got Node up and running, just type node space -v, which will tell us the version of Node that we are running. Now, don't worry if this number is slightly different. It just means that you've got the latest version of Node running in your workspace. So let's take a look at the files that we have. We've got an app.js file up here, and it's empty. Now, I've called it app.js. Other people use index.js. It doesn't really matter what the file is named, because in order to run it, you need to say the file name. So you need to say node app.js. And remember, there's a space between the two. So this is the command, and this is the file name app.js here. So let's hit enter, and it runs the file. Well, there's nothing in the file right now, so that's as expected. So we can clear the console as well by typing the word clear, just like that, and now we've got fresh space to type into. Okay, so let's write our first application in Node.js. So we can use the console object, and we can do log, and because it's a Hello World application, we can say Hello World and hit the semicolon at the end of the line just for completeness. And we can press up here to go to our previous command. So if you type clear, it would be up, up. So we can do node app.js and hit enter, and it says Hello World. So that is our first application. But there's also a few other things you can do with Node. You can just type node and hit enter, and it brings back a read, evaluate, print loop, or REPL, and that allows you to type in some JavaScript code and experiment. So I can do 1 + 2, and that evaluates to 3. And I can even set variables like name is equal to Andrew. And then if I type name, you can see that it is Andrew. So you can play around with Node in a read, eval, print loop scenario like this, interactively, or you can write your programs in a file and run it just like that. And to get out of there, you just press Ctrl+C twice. Now, what we've just done is we've created a JavaScript program outside of the browser. We're just running this as a script on its own, which is unique.
And that's it. You've written your first Node.js application. Writing an application in Node.js is writing a JavaScript application, but outside of the browser. The console object has some other methods that you can use for different types of output. Let's explore them next in an exercise, as I'm sure we'll need them moving forward.